Hello, people. Nice Sunday for Christians are from church. Today we are talking about the immune system. The immune system. Have you ever wondered why sometimes you feel sick and then you just get well, or some things happen to your body and you at times don't understand how they happen? Now, the immune system is a part of your body that helps you to counter some issues that may come that are toxic to they may destroy your tissues. And there are some several factors in your body that help the immune system to 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 stand strong and help your body not to be destroyed by pathogens, or tell your body what to do when there is a problem. It's a matter of some glands and cells. So when we ask, just a minute, I want you may ask yourself, what is the immune system? We simply define it as the immune system is the body defense system. It protects you from diseases, infections, and harmful substances like bacteria, fungus, you understand, parasites, and toxins. Yeah? It's like, and sometimes when it comes to toxins, it's like a trigger to tell your body that there is a problem. Now, let's get down to this immune system. We have some glands that help you in your body to get away from some problems that you are undergoing. Let's talk about there is an adrenoid adrenoid gland. You get it? Adrenoid gland. These ones, they're around the nasal region and trap inhaled pathogen. Adrenoid here. They trap inhaled pathogen. You see, when you inhale air for exchange of oxygen, what happens is you inhale plus pathogens. So they trap in inhaled pathogens, and when they trap inhaled pathogen, what happens? The pathogens cannot go in your system, initiate immune response by producing antibodies that counteract the pathogens that are getting. Pathogens are bacteria, virus that come. You see, sometimes when you have flu, it's spread through vector, so you inhale. So when you inhale, the adrenal glands that are here, then around the nasal region, they counter them so that you cannot have problems. They can't get into your body. We have the tonsil nodes, the so-called tonsils. Everybody says when someone has problems around the throat, you hear this person says, I have tonsils. No, tonsils, you have them. The problem is tonsillitis. Why tonsillitis? Because they filter out germs from the mouth and the throat to prevent them from entering the body. You get it? Germs, they filter germs to prevent them. That's why they swell, because the process of filtration, it makes it to swell. And then we have another one called the thymus gland, aids in development of the T cell. T cells are some cells that help you to fight diseases in your body. Yeah? T cells, development of adaptive immunity. This one, thymus, are usually kids. At a point in life, it it disappears. So you as an adult, most of you don't have thymus gland. And then we have the spleen. The spleen, the spleen stores blood, for future use. Release slowly, detects and filters old and damaged cells. So your spleen detects the damaged cells that are around your body. You get it, and filters them, but it stores blood. If you need it, releases slowly. You get it. The appendix. Appendix is one thing that I've always been told that it has no use. The appendix has use. Let's see how the appendix has use. Stores good bacteria. Imagine. There are some bacteria in your body that are good. It stores good bacteria for GI tract, contain lymphoid cells that help prevent infection. Hmm? Contain lymphoids. Lymphatic system is another drainage system, just like the artery and veins. So we have the lymphoid system. So contains lymphoid cells that help prevent infections. You get it? But the main thing is the bacteria. At your colon, there's a bacteria that helps you to synthesize vitamin B. So if you don't have this bacteria, you see the work of the appendix. But when it is infected, we call it appendicitis. It's a problem. What do we do? It needs to be removed. Too bad about it. We have lymphatic vessels, transport and filter lymphatic fluid. Just like I've said, just like we have the arteries and veins, we have another system called the lymphatic system. The lymphatic system transport and filter the lymphatic fluid before it re-enters the circulation. You see, before it enters the circulation, produce and release lymphoid, maintains what? Fluid balance. Lymphoid maintains what? Fluid balance. You get it? Now we have the bone marrow. Very important. The bone marrow, what does it do? Produces red blood cells. So your red blood cells are produced in the bone marrows, but where we store them is in the lymphatic vessels and in the spleen. Sorry, the spleen stores blood. Stores blood, but produce in your bone marrow. You get it? So produces red blood cells. This is the bone marrow. Produces platelets, produces white blood cells. So you see, white blood cells fights infection, and then we have platelets which controls bleeding when you are cut or there is something, and then we have red blood cells which carry oxygen. You get it? Lymphatic nodes. Lymphatic nodes filter substances traveling in the lymphatic fluid, like tonsil nodes, axillary nodes, all those inguinal nodes, they are part of the lymphatic system that we have talked about. They filter. So when you have a problem or your tonsils are swollen or your inguinal node are swollen, just know you may be having a systemic infection. So it is filtering the dirt that is circulating in your body. So you don't say when your child is having tonsillitis, chronic tonsillitis, every time chronic tonsillitis, you want to go and remove the tonsils, and the doctors have not done any biopsy, they have not done any. Yes, but during small morning, we are talking about the immune system. You see, you don't just rush to remove the tonsils because your child is suffering from chronic. Here we see when you have systemic infection, we have three drainage system: arterial system, venous system, and the lymphatic system. So the lymphatic system, we have the lymphatic nodes that are the uh, tonsil nodes, the adenoids, the inguinal nodes. There are so many. We have the axillary nodes. You see here, under the armpit. So they filter. So when you are removing the tonsil node, thinking that you are done with the problem, the tonsil node is just telling you there is a problem in your system. Please take care of it. So if it is not cancerous, and the doctor have not told you this one is we need to do this, and this, please don't rush to take a shortcut, because you may just be taking care of the symptoms, but you are not taking care of the main problem. So removal of tonsil nodes, because that is worldwide, that is what parents do. They remove the tonsil nodes. Please be careful and seek opinions before taking any surgery. It is very important to take like 2, 3 opinions before taking such kind of surgeries. Yes, lymphatic node. Now we have talked about the spleen, the lymphatic vessels, the lymphatic nodes, the bone marrow, appendix, thymus, adenoid. At least today we have known the appendix is not just there. It helps us to keep the bacteria, that helps in synthesis of some vitamins in your colon. You get it? And contains lymphoid cells. The lymphoid cells that help prevent infections. So it's not like how people say the appendix has no problem, but when it is having a problem, like you get appendicitis, the appendicitis, that is where it is removed. We have cells that help you in your body to fight some infection. That is the last part that we're talking about, the immunity issues, immune system. And this is just an overview. The immune system is a very big system. I'll tell you why. Let's go to the type of cells. You see, we have the lymphocytes, we have the monocytes, and there are several eosinophils, basophils. You get it? Basophil. Let's start with the basophil. Basophil defends against allergies. When you have allergies, it releases leukotrienes, cytokines, and histamine. That's why when you go to the shop, you buy cetirizine because you have an allergy. You are suppressing this thing called basophil to release so that you can sneeze. You cannot sneeze. So when you take cetirizine, basophil cannot work. It will be suppressed. That's why you usually say, someone tells you, have you taken an antihistamine? It is simply telling you that you are suppressing this cell from working so that you cannot sneeze every time and cough. And then the second cell, the other one that we are talking about here is eosinophils. These are cells of your immunity, which defend against parasites and bacterial infection. eh, Regulate inflammatory response. Because now, if your body responds with inflammation, you see, when you sneeze a lot, you may get rupture in your nasal areas, or the brain may get a problem like you may get headaches. And you see, so eosinophils comes in, they mediate so that you cannot sneeze a lot, so that you can rupture, and then you start nose bleeding or headache, and even you can get a stroke. But you see, the eosinophils again, they defend against parasitic and bacterial infection. So when you get a bacterial infection, eosinophils comes in and they capture the cells, they destroy the cells. You get it? And then we go to lymphocytes. Lymphocytes, we have two types. We have B lymphocytes and the T lymphocytes. So the B lymphocytes, remember, lymphocyte, lymphatic system, create antibodies and attack invaders and abnormal cells. So the lymphocytes, the B lymphocytes, they are the cells that they create antibodies that attack invaders. Some invaders like bacteria, when they come to your body, these cells, they do what? They attack them so that they cannot destroy your cells. And then they lysis is destroy them. You get it? And then we have the sister, which is the T cell. The T cell, what is the work of the T cell? Attacks directly foreign cells, so infected foreign cells, it destroys them. So if your body cells, some of them are infected, it destroys them. Stimulates B cells to make antibodies. You get it? So it tells B cell, hey, please create antibodies. This thing is not good. So that is the lymphocytes. They are part of the erythrocytes, white blood cells. And then the last one, we have the monocytes. Mono means mono, one. Mono means what? It regulates and creates immune response. It regulates so that you cannot overdo. Because you see, when immunity is stricken, you like allergies. Allergy is an immune function. It tells you that you are exposed to something that you should not be. You get it? So that's where we come up with the basophils and neutrophils coming up. So they should not come up around your body. You will swell the whole body. So the monocytes come in with dendritic cells. They regulate dendritic cells, and then we have the macrophages. The last one, the macrophages. What do the macrophages do? Imagine these cells, this macrophage, it just surrounds a deadly cell in your body that can kill you and destroys it. Imagine. And then this is just an overview of immunity about your body. But if you go deeper, these cells are just there are some things that called, there are some cases that we dig deep and we go down to these cells and we see their systems, like the complementary system. It is a very straight system that helps you. And then we have another one called the innate system. That one we will go in it slowly by slowly, because I'm just introducing some topics that will go deeper. And then these cells, they have a level that they should. You will check them out. I'll post them, the levels that it should be. So now you know why at times you get a flu and just it disappears, or you feel your body is weak, and then it disappears. It is very important to know these things, so that at times when you are treated or you're visiting a doctor, you should have an overview of what the doctor should do. Or you should not be going to the pharmacies and buying drugs anyhow. This information helps you to know what to do at first hand. It's a nice Sunday. Thanks a lot for visiting the profile, and we will continue talking. Today we talked about immunity. Be blessed, everyone. It's a family day everywhere you are. Nice day. Good day.